Namaste and hola friends. I am Babita, a Nepali girl living in Portugal for the last 2 years, and today we are going to talk about something very special, or simply you can say it is very close to my heart, and that is food. So now let me ask you, what happens when a girl who grew up with momos and dal bhat suddenly moves to a country where people are obsessed with bacalhau and pastel de nata? Well, I'll tell you, it's a mix of food shocks, funny moments, and delicious discoveries. So, in this video, we'll compare the Portuguese food versus Nepali food. So, from white rice to white bread, or from masala to olive oil, or from achar to creamy pasta de nata. So, and also at the end, I'm going to share the hilarious food mistake I have done when I first come to Portugal. And trust me, you don't want to miss the story. So please grab a cup of chai or coffee in your hand, because we are about to go into the flavorful journey across the two worlds. So let's go. So you know what fascinating about Portuguese food? So it's just like a love letter to the sea, land, and tradition. Simple but so flavorful. Number one superstar is bacalhau or cod fish. The Portuguese says there are 365 ways of cooking bacalhau, like one for every single day in the whole year. So imagine you are having different new recipe of cod fish in your birthday, Christmas, or can be that random Tuesday when you are so much bored. Then comes the fiery side of Portugal, the frango assado com piri piri. Here, whole chicken is roasted till it's get golden and crispy. After that, it is thrown into the spicy sauce that makes your lip tingles. And that's what the Portuguese people say. We don't use a lot of masala, but wait till you try our piri piri. Don't even get me started on caldo verde. So caldo verde is a humble soup with kale, potato, and sausages. It makes you feel like a warm blanket in a winter night. And Portuguese grandmothers will tell you, eat caldo and you will be feeling like you are at home. And then the drum roll, the desert kingdom, the one and only pastel de nata. So the flaky pastry filled with custard, then slightly burnt on the top, and when you sprinkle cinnamon and have a bite of pastry with a sip of strong espresso, my goodness, you will feel like you are tasting a heaven. So that's the Portuguese food, which is not overloaded with spices like Nepalese food, but very rich in texture, taste, and comfort. Now let's fly back to my country, or my homeland, Nepal. So if Portuguese food is like the calm ocean breeze, then Nepalese food is like the festival of firework in your mouth. Our daily hero is the legendary dal bhat tarkari. It looks so simple, just white rice with lentil soup and a curry. But trust me, once you taste it, you will understand why the Nepalese people say dal bhat power for 24 hours. So the soft rice soaked with silky dal, the vegetable bring freshness, and the curry add spices, whereas the achar brings like the explosion of flavors inside your mouth. So this is not just a food, but it is a fuel for climbing mountains, working hard, and living fully. Then comes the most beloved star of all the Nepalese food, and that is one and only momo. These little dumplings are tiny pocket of happiness, steamed until it gets soft, filled with juicy veggies or meat inside, and then it is dipped with Nepali chili achar. One plate is never enough. In Nepal, if you say, let's go to eat momo, then suddenly everyone over there will become your best friend. So when we are talking about a spicy craving, then nothing will beat chatpate. The street food which is made with puffed rice, chopped chili, onions and masala, and which is crunchy, spicy, tangy and addictive. If you taste the chatpate once, then your tongue will keep asking you one more please. So during festivals, Nepalese food even become more magical. Imagine sel roti, a ring-shaped rice donut which is like golden and crispy outside, whereas soft and fluffy inside. On the other hand, there is also yamori, which is a steamed sweet dumpling filled with jaggery and sesame seed. And this is especially made during winters. So our food is about bold spices. Yes, but more than that, it is about love and sharing. In every Nepali home, the first thing we say to our guest is, have you eaten food? So food is also a way to say that I care for you. So when you are eating Nepalese food, you are not only just filling your stomach, but you are also tasting our culture, our warmth, and our soul. Alright, friend, now let's compare Portuguese food and Nepalese food side by side. So, not like a big game, but I'm going to do this with my honest experience of 2 years living as a Nepalese in Portugal. So, talking about staple food, the main food of Portuguese is bread and potatoes. There is always a bread in their table, but in our country we cannot survive without rice. Dal bhat is our energy, love, and emotion. So here the culture of their food is bread, whereas back home Nepal, our culture is rice. So now let's talk about the main dishes. So in Portugal, Portuguese love bacalhau, sardines, octopus, etc. and etc. So most of the food comes from ocean, whereas in Nepal, Nepalese love meat curries. It can be of chicken, buffalo, goat, always with masalas and always with some strong flavor. So Portugal tastes like a sea, whereas Nepal tastes like Himalayas. So talking about street food in Portugal, a quick snack is bifana, which is a pork sandwich which is very cheap, tasty and simple. Whereas in Nepal, the main street food and our favorite is chatpate, which is loaded with spices, chili, puff rice, and many more. So bifana will make your stomach full, whereas chatpate will make your tongue dance. So moving towards the comfort food, Portuguese have caldo verde, which is made with kale, sausages and potato, very soft and very cozy, whereas in Nepal it has got thukpa, a soupy noodles from Himalayas, spicy and warm. Both dishes are perfect for the winter nights, but just their taste is different. So now the most important is desserts. So Portugal have pastel de nata, which is very sweet and it is made with custard. When you try once, you will always want for another. Whereas for in Nepal, the favorite sweet is sel roti, which is ring-shaped rice donut, which is made in festivals, and another is yamori, which is made in winter. So in Portugal sweets are creamy, whereas in Nepal the sweets are festival sweets. So honestly, who wins? For me, both. Portuguese food is like simple but comforting, whereas Nepalese food are spicy and emotional. And I'm so lucky because I'm getting to taste the food of both worlds. Dal bhat at home and pastel de nata outside. So best combination ever. When I first came to Portugal, I had a little food shock. You know why? Because I was searching everywhere for chili, achar, and masala. But the Portuguese food is so gentle and so calm. But my Nepali tongue was asking, where is the spice? Where is the fire? So one time I went to a restaurant and I asked to a waiter very confidently that, can I have some achar please? And he looked at me in that way as if I had asked for some poison. But it was not his fault because he do not have any idea what achar even was. So that was my first cultural food confusion I have ever had in Portugal. Oh my god, Portuguese eat the bread like as if it's oxygen for them. Morning bread, evening bread, lunch bread, bread with the coffee, bread with the soup. And I was be like, यिनीहरूले भात खाँदैनन् कि के हो यिनीहरूलाई कति ब्रेड जतिखेर पनि मन परेको. At one point, I used to boil rice at my home secretly every day because I could not survive without dal bhat. Meanwhile, my Portuguese friend would say, Babita, come and join us, have some nata with us. And that time I used to be thinking like, first give me some rice, then I will go for nata. But slowly I started to learn and love the Portuguese food too. For the first time I tried pastel de nata. I was thinking like what is special this little thing have. And then when I had a first bite, then my eyes get wide open, my heart get started singing because that time I said and I understand why the people are so much addicted for pastel de nata in Portugal. So now my life is like this: dal bhat at home for lunch and for dessert pastel de nata outside. So truly best of both worlds. Food is never just food, it's culture, identity, and family. In Portugal, food is very social. Sundays are for long family lunches that last very long. So you sit in a table, you talk, you laugh, but you eat very slowly. There is always a wine, olive oil, and bread in the table. So eating is not rushed here, it's about enjoying life one bite at one time. So in Portugal, Portuguese says, in Portugal, comer em celebrar. That means in Portugal, eating is a celebration. So in Nepal, food is about love and respect. The first thing we say to our guest is, Khana khanu bhayo? Or have you eaten food? Before offering, we say you are a family here, or this house also belongs to you. Especially in Dasai and Tihar, the entire house smells with curry, sel roti, and lots of sweet. So food in Nepal is not just about filling the stomach, but also about filling the two hearts. So both of the countries see the food more than the taste. In Portugal, food is equal to time with loved one, relaxation, happiness, whereas in Nepal, food is equal to tradition, emotion, and hospitality. So I love enjoying both world, and the food of both world teach me very special thing. Like in Portugal, Portuguese food taught me to be sober and simple, whereas Nepalese food reminds me my roots and my family. So after all this, which food is better, Portuguese or Nepalese? So honestly, I can't choose because for me, both are special in their own way. So Portuguese food is simple, fresh, and comforting. The taste of olive oil, garlic, seafood, and that sweet pastel de nata with coffee make you slow down and helps you to enjoy each and every little moment in life. So Nepali food is bold, spicy, and emotional. Dal bhat gives you energy, momo makes you happy, and chatpati wakes up your tongue. So this is not just a food, but it's our culture and identity. And you know what's amazing? Living in Portugal has given me a chance to enjoy the best of both worlds. Someday I cook rice and feel close to my family in Nepal, and the other day I enjoy bacalhau and pastel de nata and feel connected with Portuguese life. So now my kitchen is a little mix of both countries, half ajetas and half masala. Sometimes I create my own fusion, like for example, I try the grilled fish with Nepali achar and sell roti with Portuguese coffee, and honestly, it works. So that's the beauty of food. It doesn't divide us, but it connects us. No matter where you are from, sharing food means sharing love. So, friends, that was the delicious and amazing journey through the Portuguese food and Nepalese food. And for me, both are the winners because one takes me back to my home Nepal, whereas other let me explore the flavor of Portugal. Now, I want to hear from you. If both were in front of you, then which would you pick first, momos or pastel de nata? Please write it down in the comments. I love reading them. If you really enjoy this video, then please don't forget to like, subscribe and share with your friend and family. Your support means a world for me and keep me bringing laugh, adventure and a lot of stories from my channel Life in Portugal. I will be back with another fun and tasty video, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Till then, dal bhat power 24-hour and a lot of pastel de nata love. So see you soon. Dhanyabad at the logo. Bye bye.